Major developments on breaking news while you were sleeping. This is a brand new mugshot and new video of authorities transporting the man suspected of shooting two Minnesota lawmakers from Sibley County to the Hennepin County Jail. 57-year-old Vance Belter's run from the law is finally over.
There's no question that this is the largest manhunt in the state's history.
These professionals behind me and their teams, this is what they do. This is what they get paid to do, and they're honored to do the work on behalf of Minnesotans every single day.
Belter was arrested last night in a farm field near his home in Green Isle. It follows a massive two-day manhunt that involved federal, state, and local agencies, a partnership authorities are calling unprecedented. We do want to welcome you in, though. Good morning. We do have a lot of news to get to. I'm Alicia Lewis alongside Jason Hackett.
Our Michelle Beck has been tracking new information overnight as Belter arrived in Minneapolis. We're going to get to her in just a minute. But first, we also have a KARE 11 weather impact alert that's about to start here. The main threat being hail this afternoon. Let's get out to meteorologist John Ziegler with the timing of all of these storms. Hey, John.
Hey, yes, a very unstable day today. That means that, like I saw a minute ago, it was starting to rain. We could have storms at any moment. Just to be honest with you here, you can see already one kind of developing down towards Belle Plaine, just south of Waconia right now. So it's not your imagination. You're already hearing rumbles. Most of these are already down in southern Minnesota. These are non-severe. The severe storm threat really comes later this afternoon. I do want to let you know, if you guys are watching right now in Bemidji areas near Walker, you got a lot more rain coming up here. Look at this shield of rain. That one is really going to impact northern Minnesota. In fact, northern Minnesota is going to deal with a heavy rain threat today. The southern part of this here, because you're north of this boundary, this is more of that washout rain. The southern half of the state is going to deal with a lot of dry time and more isolated severe weather. We'll track it in your forecast coming up.
All right, John, thank you. Back to breaking news this morning, that arrest made in the targeted shootings on Minnesota lawmakers.
Vance Belter sits in a Hennepin County jail cell this morning following a 43-hour manhunt. It all started at around 2 a.m. Saturday morning in Champlin when Senator John Hoffman and his wife were shot inside their home. They're recovering in the hospital this morning. Belter then went to Brooklyn Park, where he allegedly shot and killed Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband. We do have new video from overnight as Belter arrived back in Minneapolis after his capture late last night in Green Isle, which is about 45 minutes southwest of the Twin Cities. He's booked in Hennepin County on multiple second-degree murder charges. The mugshot you see here coming into the newsroom just a few hours ago with word that he's being held on $5 million bond. Michelle Beck has been in all night going through all the details of what happened, and she's live right now at the Hennepin County Jail with more. Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah, good morning to you, Alicia. Our crews have been on standby, and nearing 1 a.m. we watched several squad cars pull up here to the Hennepin County Jail behind me. One of those squad cars with Vance Belter inside. This comes after a weekend whirlwind of events leading up to his capture.
Brand new photos of Vance Belter behind bars after yesterday's dramatic capture that closed out the largest manhunt in Minnesota history.
The FBI laid hands on it, and Minnesota State Patrol put the handcuffs on.
Within 43 hours of the search, authorities say they captured the man now charged with killing State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband and shooting State Senator John Hoffman and his wife.
This is a very dangerous individual for our community, and that's why so many resources and such a great collaboration came together to focus on removing him from society.
In these woods of rural Sibley County is where law enforcement, including 20 SWAT teams, say they finally found the 57-year-old. The suspect was armed and no more than a mile and a half away from his Green Isle home.
An alert police officer believed that he may have seen the individual running into the woods, and that started a large-scale perimeter that we set up.
At that point, police say they had found Belter's abandoned car nearby. That's where our crews even found a cowboy hat matching up to what's in this FBI photo. And finally, sources tell KARE 11 a neighbor spotted Belter on a trail camera.
The suspect crawled to law enforcement teams and was placed under arrest at that point in time. There was no use of force by any member of law enforcement that was out there, and the suspect was taken into custody without any use of force.
Governor Walz thanking multiple agencies for starting down the path of accountability.
Spent Father's Day away from their families to deliver justice for Melissa and Mark Hortman and their children who spent this Father's Day alone.
We are now watching out for a 1:30 court appearance by Mr. Vance Belter. Again, that court appearance at 1:30, but for now we do know that he is sitting here at the Hennepin County Jail on a $5 million bond. Back to you.
Terrifying 40-plus hours wrapped up here last night. All right, Michelle Beck reporting live. Thank you. As Minnesotans remember Speaker Hortman at the state capitol, we're getting brand new reaction this morning from the Hoffman family following the arrest of Belter. They wrote, quote, "John and I hold a deep and profound gratitude for the work of our law enforcement agencies and the public for their help in bringing the suspect to justice while diligently keeping our community safe during this extremely difficult and senseless event."
Also breaking here at this hour, a shelter-in-place order is in effect for some people in Maple Grove. Police have been on scene of a standoff at a home on Underwood Lane. Now, the incident is forcing people in that area out of their homes since 11 last night. Our Audrey Russo is monitoring the situation and joins us with more. Audrey, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Jason, Alicia, what we're seeing has changed a little bit in the last half hour or so. You can see behind me some police cruisers and armored vehicles moved locations. We saw them kind of drive up the street and around the corner. We still see the police drone up in the air, and of course the fire engine is still parked here, and there is still a cruiser blocking this area off. And this all comes as we're approaching hour 12 of this investigation. Neighbors tell me that they first got the alert to shelter in place somewhere around 7:38 last night, and so far this morning I've seen at least 2 residents kind of just hanging out in their cars with their dogs waiting for the all clear to go back to their homes and that it's safe. So exactly what's going on here? Well, police tell us they were called to the scene for reports of a man pointing a gun while walking down the street, pointing a gun at people. That man then went into a townhome when officers tried to approach him. They began negotiating with this man, and that seems to be where we're at this point in the morning. And just in the last 10 minutes or so, I did get some new Ring camera video that gives us a slightly closer vantage point of exactly what's going on right now. This was from about a half hour ago. This video was recorded. You can see armored vehicle parked right in front of that row of townhomes. Now, I did speak to a neighbor about what it was like to get that knock on the door at 11 o'clock, learning that the shelter in place was turning into, at least for him, an evacuation order.
All of a sudden, out of a dead sleep, I got somebody beating the heck out of my window with a flashlight. And so I go open my window and he's like, "We need you to evacuate right now." And it's like, he says, "Do you have somewhere to go?" I said, "This time of the night on a Sunday night? No." I said, he says, "Well, can you jump in your car and go 2 blocks down the road?" And that's basically where I've been sitting ever since.
Now, of course, obviously a tense situation late last night. Things are continuing into this morning. Now, I did speak to neighbors. They tell me they've seen police at this address before. I've reached out to Maple Grove Police for more information on exactly what is taking so long, what threat they may have uncovered during the negotiations that really made them want to evacuate houses in this area. And as soon as I get those updates, I'll be sure to pass them along to you. Jason, Alicia.
Audrey Russo with the latest on that ongoing situation in Maple Grove. Thank you so much. We'll check in with you soon. More breaking news here. We're also working to get information on an overnight police scene in South Minneapolis. This was around 2 a.m. at 26 and Stevens Avenue South. Our photographer on scene did see bullet casings on the ground there. As soon as we know more, we will let you know.